Welcome back to Gold Derby. I'm Christopher Rosen. I'm joined by Joyce. Joyce, we're back again few hours after recording our Golden Globes film predictions. Same clothes. I didn't even bother changing out.
Why would we do a wardrobe change?
I don't know. So people are under
We're
the
not
illusion
Gaga. We
that
don't know.
we're doing a different day. No, we're here to do the Golden Globes TV predictions. Joyce, we're back to talking about TV. Remember TV?
I haven't. TV is great, but I
Is it?
haven't thought about TV since the Emmy.
Is it though? TV great? No,
I
I
love
guess
I
it's
love
great.
TV. No, it's more that I want TV to get the respect it deserves.
Well, we've definitely seen that with a lot of the breakthrough performers, Joyce.
Yes.
Not always getting the shine that they maybe deserve because
But
they're on
I mean
TV.
honestly, I don't like during Oscar season, I don't really think about TV that much. And then during Emmy season, I don't think about like film that much.
I gotta
So
say, I'm a little opposite. I think about film all the time. I'm a film guy, Joyce, film bro, as it were. But I do love my TV, certain shows specifically,
yeah,
and some of
also like I
which,
don't have Succession right now to care about. This time last year, everyone thought Kendall was dead.
yeah. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what I'm
Remember
trying
that?
to. I have some shows I'm obsessed with, and nothing like Succession.
No. Yeah, I haven't really been watching anything this fall either. So it's just like these are just like shows that exist for me. So
I've watched a lot actually, and not a lot of other things. You know what I've not watched? A lot of the fantasy shows, let's say.
I'm not really into that type of stuff anyway. So
So there you go. But doesn't mean I can't predict them for the Golden Globes,
no,
Joyce.
you don't need to watch anything to predict, guys.
No. So the Golden Globes, the nominations are announced Monday. We're recording this on Wednesday. So Monday, December, let's see, get the
12.
math out, 12th. Monday, December 12th, Joyce. The Golden Globes will announce their nominees. They're back on TV on a Tuesday night. Great time. It's going to be the Hollywood's biggest party. Who's hosting?
Yeah, one year only so far, NBC.
Who's hosting? Do we know?
No, they don't need a host. They went for so long without a host, and then they start doing hosts. Like, I don't need a
Right.
host for this.
Well, we did the film predictions. We were pretty in lockstep, except for like maybe like one or two spots and kind of all the expected picks you would imagine. For TV, I have no idea what you're going to say because, like we said, we haven't talked about TV in months, and also you're not watching a lot of these shows, and neither am I. And we're not probably not watching the same thing, and who knows what the Golden Globes will even like. But I'll start with drama series choice. Here are my nominees: House of the Dragon, Severance, The Crown, Yellowstone, and Lord of the Rings: Rings of Power.
Wow. I have The Crown, Better Call Saul, House of the Dragon, Severance, and Ozark.
Wow, you went back to the well on Ozark.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have Yellowstone.
No,
And you don't have Lord of the Rings?
no, I chose House of the Dragon.
I put them both in. They're spending
I
a
mean,
lot of money.
they're not huge Game of Thrones fans anyway. Like, they only ever gave the win to Peter Dinklage. So I could see it missing, but I I don't know. I feel like they would still have the upper hand over Lord of the Rings, even though Amazon shows tend to do better here
So
than
I was
any
thinking
other.
that. I was thinking they spend a lot of money and they're getting it out there, even if it's not as zeitgeisty as House of the Dragon was. So I got to put them both in. I don't have Better Call Saul. I don't have Ozark. I just figure they might be like, these are older shows. We want to elevate the new.
Better Call Saul I can see getting in just kind of like American stuff. Remember when it won drama
Yeah.
series for its last season? And it was a great final season. And so I think like it could get in like that. And then Ozark they're not huge fans of either. It got in 2 years ago, when it was just kind of empty too. But I actually have Ozark a lot everywhere, but mostly because I was like, I don't know who else to put here, and maybe they'll just go back to that.
I don't have it a lot, but I have it in a few places, I believe.
I mean, it's gonna be a complete overhaul from last year's lineup because Succession won last year. They also had last year Squid Game gone, Pose gone,
Yeah.
Morning Show gone, Lupin gone. So
I have House of the Dragon winning. I know we're not talking about the winners just yet. I think Severance could win here. I don't think The Crown will, having watched this season. To say it as diplomatically as possible.
All I'll say is one of my friends who loves the Royals.
Yes.
She did not finish the season.
What could I say? It feels like we're really getting ready for the final season, and that will be a great time.
This was supposed to be the final season, and then Peter Morgan was like, just kidding, we're gonna do 6 seasons.
And I feel like he wrote the final season and then maybe forgot about the penultimate season. Is that possible?
I mean, I don't know.
Who knows?
I feel like maybe also, I feel like it's just like too recent history. And
it's
then
a little bit.
Yeah. And they like all the Diana Charles stuff, like everyone already sort of knows or has followed. And it's not like very Queen focused.
No, it's not at all. Actually, she's not in it as much. We'll get to that category, and it doesn't stop me from having Melda.
I mean, listen, I have it in first mostly because I have it like most likely to get nominated.
Sure, of course. It definitely seems like it'll get nominated.
We haven't talked about the Critics' Choice nominations, which came out yesterday. Crown only got 1 nomination for drama series. So
I'm not surprised, based on the critical response I heard. For TV drama actor Joyce, let's move there. I have Bob Odenkirk for Better Call Saul, Adam Scott for Severance, Dominic West for The Crown. Again, I don't know if you watched it, but you know who he's playing on The Crown? Kendall Roy. It's an incredible portrayal of Kendall Roy as a British person.
Do you agree that he's too hot to play Charles?
A little. And he actually is pretty empathetic too. And then Patty Considine for House of the Dragon and Jeff Bridges for The Old Man. Those are my 5.
I have Bob, Adam, Dominic, Jeff, and Jason Bateman, Ozark. Again,
I figured you might.
Yeah.
I was Patty. I put him in a while ago because there was that great episode of House of the Dragon that everybody was like super psyched about when his character has, I think, leprosy and dies, maybe. Spoiler alert.
Yes.
Everybody was like, Emmy for Patty, that kind of thing. Why not? You know, I don't know.
Yeah, I needed to plug someone in there in the 5th slot. So I was like, I just went with Jason. I think Kevin Costner is like 4th in the odds, but again, I don't know when people last updated their predictions.
I also thought of maybe putting him in, but again, I'm like, it doesn't seem like people really want to give that show awards.
I also don't know how that show plays internationally.
I agree. I don't know. And that's why I didn't put him in. I was just like, I put it in for series because I was like, whatever, it's a big series. And I think that will get it in, the noisiness of Yellowstone as a series. But I'm not sure people are like that ready to give Kevin Costner a Golden Globe nomination. I don't know.
I mean, I only feel good about Bob and Adam here, honestly.
I mean, I think Dominic is pretty safe.
A little, yeah. Just because of like the Crown's legacy, like they love the Crown.
Yeah, and Jeff Bridges is, I think, also relatively safe because, you know, got a good narrative.
Yeah, I have to finish that show. I watched like the screeners back in the spring. I just never finished them.
For TV drama actress choice. So here I have Imelda Staunton for The Crown, even though really not a Queen forward season, but I got her in. I have Zendaya for Euphoria, Britt Lower for Severance. Britt Lauer, take 2. Britt Lauer for Severance, Emma Darcy for House of the Dragon, and Laura Linney for Ozark.
So I have Imelda, Zendaya, Laura, Sharon Horgan for Bad Sisters.
Nice. That feels really Globesy.
And Elizabeth Moss for The Handmaid's Tale.
Wow. I like those picks. Those are good.
And I mean, I did not remove Imelda from first, but I still have her in first, but I could see Sharon winning this.
Wow.
So like they've never nominated Zendaya before. Like she felt like for season 1 of Euphoria, she felt so much more Globesy than Emmys-y, and they didn't touch her at all.
So you don't have her in now?
No, I have her in.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I mean like win-wise.
Oh, I see.
like, I don't know, like if they're, I feel like they might feel like pressured to nominate her because she's a two-time Emmy winner, you know?
Yeah.
I don't, yeah, Imelda, I would say like before the season, I would be like she's winning because you know they've given it to Claire and Olivia, and then Emma Corrin won for playing Diana 2 years ago. So, but yeah, I don't know if she's as ahead for the win as a preseason.
I think not, I would
Yeah.
say. Not even any fault of her own. It just is like not as much material, it feels like, as the other actors have had in the past so far.
Yes.
So,
and then again last year, Michaela J. Rodriguez won. She gave her speech on Instagram.
really wonderful moment that we were robbed of by it not being televised.
Yeah. And then their other nominees were Uzo Aduba for In Treatment, gone. Jennifer Aniston, Morning Show, gone. Christine Baranski, The Good Fight, who could be back. I did think about Christine, but I don't know. I was like, did they just nominate her last year because it was just kind of empty? You know?
Maybe.
And then I also did Lizzie Moss last year too.
So who are the two we differ on?
I have Sharon.
Right.
And I don't have Britt.
So you don't have Britt or Emma, and I have Britt and Emma.
Yeah, I have Sharon and Lizzie.
I was thinking I can actually make a case for Britt winning. So while you have Sharon potentially winning, I could see Britt winning. But I guess I think they're going to really love. I think Severance could sweep these categories.
I have Severance in other categories. I chose Sharon over Britt.
I think that's a good bet because, like I said, it does feel Globesy, but we'll see. For comedy series choice, all the laughs. This one's pretty straightforward. Abbott Elementary, Only Murders in the Building, Hacks, The Bear, and Barry. That's my 5.
Same.
Really not much to say here. The Bear is a comedy in the loosest sense of the word, but I guess if Barry is also a comedy, then why not?
I definitely like legit LOL at Barry more than The Bear.
I think Abbott Elementary would win here, though I could make a case for Only Murders as well, but I think Abbott Elementary probably has locked up.
I have it first. Yeah. Last year Hacks won, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. It beat Ted.
No Ted here, obviously. Not really a lot of other options here. These are the top 5. Wednesdays in next. But the odds are, again, who knows how long people have updated, but like Wednesday is in 6th place with 60-1 odds on our site. And then everything else is 100-1 odds.
Incredible. So, amazing.
Not really a lot of wiggle room here.
They did. I mean, I could see Reservation Dogs getting back in.
I could see Wednesday getting in too, but I don't know. I mean, I think this is a pretty set 5, I guess.
Remember when Emily in Paris was nominated?
Yes. What would be the Emily in Paris of this year?
Emily in Paris.
Oh, good. That's right. TV comedy actor Joyce. I have Steve Martin for Only Murders, Martin Short for Only Murders, Jeremy Allen White for The Bear, Bill Hader for Barry, and Keegan Michael Key for Reboot.
Wow. You watched that whole thing.
I did. I talked to Steve Levitan for it.
That's why you're predicting him.
Yes. Exactly right. You know me well.
I have Jeremy, Bill, Steve, and Martin, and former champ Rami Youssef.
Rami Youssef is 5th in our odds, so not the pretty likely pick.
Yeah, I thought about like Nathan Fielder for The Rehearsal.
I just don't know if that's the kind of show they would like.
No, but it's like different. Like cool. I feel like they could just also move on from Rami. You know.
So it sounds like you have Jeremy Allen White then in 1st.
I do.
That would be great. I love Carmy.
That's also like kind of what they do in terms of wins. It's like the new thing, you know?
Yeah. No, that'd be great. I have Steve Martin first, but that'd be awesome. Love Jeremy Allen White. I love The Bear. Great show. The TV comedy actress choice, the nominees are Jean Smart, Quinta Brunson, Selena Gomez, Christina Applegate for Dead to Me, and Jenny Ortega for Wednesday.
I have Jean, Quinta, Christina, Rachel Brosnahan, and Jenna.
Oh wow, you had Jenna too. Look at that. We're both on the same page.
I had Jenna way before.
Oh, like, that's funny.
Before I even saw Wednesday.
So you have Rachel Brosnahan instead of Selena Gomez.
Yes.
I thought of dropping Selena Gomez, but not for Rachel Brosnahan, for Sarah Lancashire, for Julia, which feels
I did
globesy
think
as
about
all
her
hell.
too, and then I thought so. Last year they also put Hannah Einbinder in lead, and she was
Yes.
nominated.
I also
So
thought of Linda Cardellini for Dead to Me.
yeah,
Iowa Berry for The Bear, because I think she's really good on it.
mhm.
And Tatiana Maslany for She-Hulk. I think all three of those could get in as well, but I don't know how they would fit in the category at this point.
And I mean, I feel like they could just move on from Maisel too.
Yeah.
But I feel like she could just be the representative.
Right.
She's a 2-time winner.
Right.
So
we'll see. I love that Jenny I feel like Jenny Ortega is a good dart throw pick. Feels like a legit option.
yeah. I mean, I like her. I mean, that show is like it's fun, but it's basically just like
Riverdale.
Yeah, it's a CW
Yeah.
like supernatural teen show using Addams Family IP.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's been watched 1 billion hours.
Yeah, no, it's fun. The star is Thing, obviously.
Right.
I would nominate Thing for supporting actor.
Maybe we can get him in.
I know.
For TV, movie / limited series choice, my favorite category, I would say, because I love so much of the stuff in here. I have The White Lotus, Sicily, Blackbird, Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story, George and Tammy, and Fleischman is in Trouble.
Your favorite show?
My favorite show. I went with the newer ones that I feel like will have more attention from the Globes than the Dropout and Pam and Tommy, who are like very, very well predicted here. But I just feel like they're just going to be like, that shit's old. We're going to go with the new stuff.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Because so like last year, they only gave White Lotus 1 nomination for Jennifer Coolidge, and I have White Lotus Sicily in first.
Yes.
So I'm like, I actually have a lot of White Lotus nominations. I'm like, they didn't care for it last year. I know it's a different season.
I think
right
it's not only a
now.
different season, it feels more international because of the location.
Because it's in Italy.
Yes, it does feel like more Globesy. It is definitely more of like a European vibe to the whole the season than like the first season. So not that means anything.
But I have White Lotus, Blackbird, Dropout, Monster, and Pam and Tommy.
So I just was like, I could have easily had Dropout and Pam and Tommy. I just moved on from them because I was like, I don't know that they're going to be the ones that make it in. I guess we'll see. I don't know.
I can't
George
believe
and
we're not
Tammy
predicting The Offer.
Well, that's also too old though, I think. That's last summer. I mean, critics didn't forget about it.
No, so why wouldn't the Globes? That also has some international flavor, very Italian.
Very Italian. Supreme peak Italian. I would love it. You know, I love The Offer. It's like one of my favorite shows. Yeah, I don't know. George and Tammy, I was just like, that feels like the kind of show that they would put in front of Globes voters and that they would love. Seeing Jessica Chastain and Michael Shannon over there hanging out. And Fleischman is in Trouble, I just think is an amazingly good show. I don't think it'll get in at all. It doesn't seem very Globesy, but I just wanted to put it in here just to show my support.
You're just hope dicting.
Yeah. Next category is TV, movie, limited series actor. I have Evan Peters for Monster, Taron Egerton for Blackbird, Sebastian Stan for Pam and Tommy, Steve Carell for The Patient, and Michael Shannon for George and Tammy.
I have Evan, Taron, Sebastian Stan for Pam and Tommy, Colin Firth for The Staircase, and Andrew Garfield for Under the Banner of Heaven. I have a lot of old stuff.
So I went with the newer stuff. I feel like The Patient, I feel like the Carell one could really pan out. People like that show, even though
I feel like I did, not to get ahead of ourselves, I did think about like Domhnall Gleeson for The Patient.
Yeah. So I put Carell in because I think this category is a little softer, and I was just like, again, no one's talking about, not there's a demerit on these shows, but like not a single person has thought about The Staircase or Under the Banner of Heaven in like months.
The thing is like, you know, for the Emmys, we, you know, talked ad nauseum about like how weak Limited was.
Right.
And then it's a new Emmy cycle, but like for the Winter Awards, we're still
going through the old ones.
Those,
right.
yeah, we still have the spring shows and then the fall shows, but like nothing from the fall has really, no new show has really taken off
Right.
in the fall either.
Right.
Like we have season 2 of the White Lotus,
Right.
but that's still an old show that they did not care about last year. So, I mean, like Monster was big, but
Monster was huge, yeah.
yeah, and I mean, I have it in 3 places, I think.
I think I
So
do also. Maybe 4. I actually might have it in 4.
I don't know, but then there's like, yeah, like I think the Patient was like very well received by its fans and critically. And then I also thought about Ben Whishaw for This Is Going to Hurt.
I thought that too. He is a potential easy. I could easily see that as a nominee here.
Yeah, because I obviously considered him for Women Talking.
Right.
Did not, so he could be a 2-time nominee, and I have
Right.
him in 0 times. Yeah, there's also Welcome to Chippendales, which dropped a couple weeks ago on Hulu. Love that show because the last 2 episodes are like 36 minutes long.
Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of
Love
it.
to see it.
So, for limited series movie actress choice, I have Amanda Seyfried for The Dropout, Lily James for Pam and Tommy, Emily Blunt for The English, Jessica Chastain for George and Tammy. I'm just going down with that ship. And Claire Danes for Fleischman is in Trouble. Speaking of going down with the ship.
Remember the Essex Serpent?
Yes.
Not that Claire Danes show.
No.
I have Amanda, Lily James, Julia Garner, Emily Blunt, and Julia Roberts for Gaslit, because they, unlike the Emmys, the Globes, are fans of Stars.
Love it so much.
And I also, as you know, I also have her in for Ticket to Paradise.
Yeah, so she'll be like Tom Hanks for me. She'll be a 2-time Globe nominee in 2020.
In my heart.
Yes. Yeah, this is a category. Again, we'll see how like the older shows are remembered. I thought Julia Garner could get in 2. If I was going to knock somebody out, I would probably knock out Claire Danes for her, but I'm going to leave her in because
so when I first did these, God knows when, months ago, I had Alicia Vikander in for Irma Vep.
Could see that too.
Yeah. But I don't
very easily.
Yeah, Toni Collette is also high in the odds.
Yeah.
And then I don't know who else is there. Oh, our girl Anne Hathaway, We Crushed.
Right. R.I.P. We Crashed. Great show. Now we go to the supporting categories. They have TV comedy.
They split them up.
Thank goodness. So they have comedy, drama, supporting actor and actress, then limited in movie supporting actor. But for TV comedy and drama supporting actor, I've got Tyler James Williams for Abbott Elementary, Henry Winkler for Barry, Matt Smith for House of the Dragon, John Turturro for Severance, and Ebon Moss-Bacharach for The Bear.
Wow. I have Henry, John, TJ Dubs, Matt, and John Lithgow for The Old Man.
Ah, nice.
Really love him in the half season I saw. The Old Man.
I'm with Iman because I think it's just a breakout character.
I love him a lot. Yeah, I want to have more Bear acting nominees than I do.
Yes. I just love him on the show. I think he's so funny, and I think he could get in. And I think if my hunch is that they'll have a real affection for the show, and that will get him in. And people we don't have, Jonathan Pryce, we did not mention, but again, Prince Philip, not the biggest factor in the new season of The Crown.
Yeah. And then, I mean, who else is there? Oh, Christopher Walken, Emmy nominee Christopher Walken for his guest spot on Severance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Giancarlo Esposito. I don't think he'll get in. There's a lot of people at 101 odds here.
Yes.
I have the chalk 5, so I'm either very wrong or very right.
For supporting actors here, I have Shirley Ralph for Abbott Elementary, Hannah Einbinder for Hacks, Janelle James for Abbott Elementary, Patty Arquette for Severance, and Ray Seahorn for Better Call Saul.
I have Ray, Shirley Ralph, Elizabeth Debicki going supporting, not lead. for Princess Diana. Julia Garner for Ozark, and Patty as well. I don't have Janelle. I took her out.
Wow.
I replaced her with Lizzie.
I mean, makes sense, but having watched The Crown, I didn't do it.
I mean, I don't blame you. But it is such like a Diana and Charles season that I had Dominic West since I did these in order.
Right.
That I felt like I needed her.
Sure. Makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
I don't know, like if she stayed in lead, I don't know if I would predict double Crown nominees in lead.
I don't think I would.
Yeah.
I could see her getting in, but I'm like, maybe my bias against the show is showing, I guess.
Or maybe like they're just still enraptured with it and like fuck all of y'all who did not care for it as much.
I mean, I just found like it's not even the actor's fault. I just was like, it just felt like a lot of the episodes were a little too much wheel spinning.
Yeah, I wonder if an issue is also not just because it's recent history, but because they cover so little time this season.
Yeah, like I just was like really excited to like get into the final season, I guess. Even after, like, I'm definitely gonna watch final season. I was just like, oh, this feels like we're kind of just treading water a little bit. For now, limited movie supporting actor, Joyce. Love this category, a lot of fun. I've got Paul Walter Hauser for Blackbird, just an amazing creepo performance. F. Murray Abraham for The White Lotus Sicily. Michael Imperioli for The White Lotus Sicily. Richard Jenkins for Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. And Ray Liotta for Blackbird.
I have F. Murray Abraham, Paul Walter Hauser as well. Can't wait for the I, Tonya reunion with him and Sebastian Stan, and also Margot Robbie for Babylon. Naveen Andrews for The Dropout, and Ray Liotta as well, R.I.P.
So neither of us have someone I was really going to put in. Tom Hollander for The White Lotus. I feel like that is a Globe.
I thought about other White Lotus people.
I could see,
and I'm just like, I don't know. Like again, like they didn't care for it last year, and I know they could just be in love with it this year as well. Like I thought about like Will Sharp.
I mean, you could put the whole acting, all of them could go in here.
Are they gonna be the Emmys? They're not gonna be the Emmys.
I don't think so, because I think Paul Walter Hauser is like undeniable on Blackbird. It's such a good performance, and for some reason I just get the sense that it's like Globesy. And then I don't know. I put I think Ray Liotta is an easy nominee too, because he'll get like the posthumous nomination and stuff.
He's also good in it too.
He is. He's very good at it.
Yeah, and Richard, I think he gave like the best performance in Monster.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know here. And then I had Naveen in before, and I just kept him there. So
good category.
So no Matthew Good for you.
Really tough. I was like dying to put him in. He got a Critics' Choice Award nomination, Joyce.
I know. How many Critics' Choice nominations did the offer get? It was like 3?
I think so. The critics know what's up. That's for the critics, not the fans' choice, I guess is what they're saying. For TV movie limited movie supporting actress, a great mouthful. I have Aubrey Plaza for White Lotus. I have Jennifer Coolidge for White Lotus. I have Niecy Nash for Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. I have Lizzie Kaplan for Fleischman is in Trouble, and Megan Fahey. I am, and Megan Fahey for The White Lotus. Sutton Hive.
Wait, so you have 3 White Lotus ladies?
Hell yeah!
So you're going Emmys.
Fucking bold type rules. Megan Fahey supremacy. Let's go.
You are the #1 bold type stan in the world. Christopher Rosen, bold type stan.
It's the best show, and she's amazing on it, and she's so good on White Lotus.
Do you love bold type or Gossip Girl more?
Gossip Girl, but the new season of Gossip Girl, I've been a little I was one of the few supporters, I would say, of the reboot first season, and we watched just 2 episodes from the new season, and it feels a little less focused, even though they wrote it seemingly before the first season even aired. So it's not like they're reacting to what happened in the first season, the response, but I just feel like it's not as focused. I guess we'll see.
That's kind of how I thought about season 2 of the Mighty Ducks Game Changers. I was like, season 1 was great.
Yeah, I
But
really enjoyed
obviously
season
they
one.
had extenuating circumstances with
Right.
season 2 as well.
Sure.
So
So one of the things just a brief Gossip Girl tangent here, Joyce, since you brought it up. They set up the lead girl, who I don't even remember her name.
wow,
The
so I guess
character's
the
names.
answer is bull type.
So hang on, I'm gonna Google what the characters' names are. I know them all like by sight. So Julian is the lead character. She's like
I
the
hope Josh
Serena.
Safran is not watching this right now.
He'd be so mad at me too, because I know he's actually followed me on Twitter. Josh, I love the show. I do love it. But Julian is like the queen bee, like Serena type, and then they have another Monet, who's played by Savannah Lee Smith, is
Of
like
course.
her Blair. And I'm just not convinced Monet in the first season was like a very steep, like a supporting character, almost like a minion. And then now this season she's like leveled up, and I'm just not there yet with the character and like her vibes. But I still like the show. So,
But you've only seen 2 episodes so far.
yeah, no, I didn't watch ahead so far. But The Bold Type was a great show. Still, so I have Megan Fahey and Lizzie Kaplan. Lizzie Kaplan of Fleischman in Trouble. I'm not even kidding you. It's like the greatest voiceover narration since Ray Liotta and Goodfellas.
You've texted this to me multiple times.
It's so good. The show is so good. She's incredible on it. Again, I don't think you'll get nominated, but I'm just going down with the ship.
So anyway, I have Jennifer Coolidge.
Yes.
Niecy. Julia Binoche for The Staircase, obviously a leftover nomination from when I last touched this. Aubrey Plaza, and Daisy Edgar Jones for Under the Banner of Heaven.
Wow.
Another leftover, but then I'm like, who do I replace her with?
One of the White Lotus gals, Megan Fahey, Haley Lou Richardson. I almost had all of them in.
I did think about Cherry Jones at 5 Days at Memorial.
I was trying to put 5 Days Memorial in too. My sense was like, oh, that show I think could do is Globesy also. Vera Farmiga. Excuse me.
Yeah, I feel like of like the Apple shows that aired over like summer, I feel like Blackbird had more fans.
Yes.
So
2 good shows, but yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. And then I also like 5 Days Memorial, it also felt like it was 2 shows.
Yes.
Because it takes a strong pivot.
Yeah. It does.
Yeah. But Cherry, always great. Can't wait to see her on Succession season 4. Nan Pierce back.
Is she back?
Yeah. Do you not remember all the guest stars?
Who else is guest starring, Joyce?
Well, our guy Justin Kirk is back.
Well, that I knew. I remembered that. That's good.
Let me find the story. We're going on a Succession tangent.
Why not? I mean, we're done here with this, so we could just go to Succession. You know.
Obviously A Scars.
We'll love that.
Hope Davis.
Nice.
Oh my god, is this like this video is playing? Oh god. Stephen Root. Love him.
Right.
Juliana Canfield, aka Jess. Annabelle Dexter Jones, Dagmar Dominchik, but we knew those already. So
yeah, Dagmar is great. So glad she's back.
Mm-hmm.
Great show, Joyce.
Yes. So
that's it. So those will be the Golden Globe TV predictions.
I guess I don't know. Like we talked about this with the film stuff, where we don't know like how and if the new voting members will affect the nominations.
Right.
And I have to say, I didn't really think about it that much with TV as I did with film.
Same. I just felt like there wasn't as much to do with the TV. My thing on the TV wasn't so much the voting members and we kind of obviously had different philosophies, but mine was like, are they just going to forget about the old stuff?
And they do like new stuff. So like, this is like bad for me that I have a lot of old stuff in here, but I also feel like some of the old stuff might not like necessarily. I feel like I'm not gonna go for like everything new, and like not enough like new stuff have like really broken out yet.
Well, that's the other thing, and like I think this is a larger conversation that we've had about like the film stuff, is we've seen actually the older stuff doing better maybe than the new stuff, because there's so much stuff that people are just overwhelmed and not actually watching the new stuff. They're watching it on their own pace. So like with the movies, we've seen like the biggest stickiest movies this year were Top Gun, Everything Everywhere, and Elvis, because they've had months to have people find them and become supportive of them and like fall in love with them. And the newer movies maybe have a much steeper hill to climb. Like a Babylon is never going to have the passionate, even if it wasn't polarizing, it would never have that passionate fan base of like Everything Everywhere, because it hasn't had 6 months to get people's attention. So with the TV shows, like, yeah, like it maybe does make sense. Like there's maybe they remember watching Under the Banner of Heaven. They probably haven't watched Fleischman is in Trouble yet, because it's brand new. But Under the Banner of Heaven, they're like, oh, that was a good show. I like that, even though I haven't thought about it in 6 months.
Yeah, and I guess it's also, well, remember when everyone like, was predicting Bridgerton to get in here 2 years ago, and it didn't, because it like Bridgerton was like, it was such a Globesy show.
Right.
And then that was also like right after that was like the expose, and then Shonda Rhimes came out and said like they gave them like the whole season and everything, and like the HFPA, the back then those members did not watch it because they didn't think it was like worth their time, and then it became a huge hit over Christmas. So I mean, who knows what they're prioritizing right now, because they've overhauled the membership. Obviously they've added these new voting members. Like, are they going to give everyone like an equal chance, like even these shows that have not premiered yet or are in the middle of airing? Like they have already seen the responses to these older shows.
Right, exactly. So I don't know.
So, but they could also like, I mean, they could see like, oh, the Emmys just nominate the same 4 shows over and over again. This is our chance to give some shine to these shows that they overlook, like The Offer.
And that's kind of, well, that'd be great. Then I'm in. Hollywood Foreign Press, call me, baby. Let's go. Offer. #1 offer stand. Still waiting for Paramount Plus to say like, ring me up and get me on the.
So do you like The Offer or the Bold Type more?
Good question. Probably The Offer. It's close.
Wow.
I mean, the Bold Type was like definitely like a few of went down some paths that were just not the most compelling. The Offer was a tight 10 episodes. Got my boy Miles Teller, Top Gun Maverick star Miles Teller.
Yeah, like it's I like when things just end, and like there's we don't need an Offer 2 on The Godfather 2.
No, it wouldn't be on The Godfather, just it would be on him making, I think, Cannonball Run, right? Or Longest Yard.
Longest Yard. It won the Globe. Remember?
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't win the Oscar, but he did win the Globe. So maybe they'll actually come back for The Offer.
It was a title card in the show.
It was. So there you go. And then we can get, and now that it's uncanceled, that maybe a more impactful title card.
So who knows? Yeah.
I might have to rethink this and put all Offer in. Oh man. I should have thought of that previously. Damn.
They Paramount Plus, they knew what they were doing.
Yeah. They were playing the long game. Joyce, this was great. So we'll be back next week. I guess we'll talk about this because we'll do a wrap. I guess we'll do a wrap up of the nominations on Monday. So we can talk film and TV at the same time.
We're not gonna do separate ones for that.
I mean, we could. Do you wanna? We could keep our
TV
personas and our film personas separate. I'd do that.
Some people don't like them to mix. I have one friend who, like the Froyo chocolate and vanilla swirl.
Yeah, no swirls.
He doesn't like to do the mix because, it's like the 3 options. So she does, in the same bowl, she does the chocolate swirl on one side, and then she does the vanilla swirl on the other. It's in the same bowl. They're touching, but she doesn't like the mixed swirl.
So maybe we should do that next week in honor of your friend.
This is our Froyo.
Yeah, we'll do a froyo.
Yeah.
We'll keep the
chocolate
keep them
vanilla
separate.
froyo separate.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Bye, Joyce.